All you cool cats in Miss King's art class. This is Mr. Cam, coming at you live, sorta. And I want to talk about our next project, but I have this keen interest in stop motion and animation in general, and it's called the Phenomine. And if you ever heard of the word onomatopoeia, or you've seen a comic that has like something vibrating off like a character or a subject, a phenomime is a visual representation in motion of a sound. So it's kind of like an onomatopoeia where you'd say zap, splat. And this phenomime is cool because I feel like in animation, there are cool things you can do with making things move. The different paces you could use, how fast or slow things go, how like something can transform, how you can use movie magic. But looking at that Pez animation, I think that's a good example of how sound really reinforces the character and the feeling and makes it kind of real. So like if you're cutting up, Monopoly pieces, but you're using the sounds of real chopping, it adds so much character and life to your animation. So I'm going to be asking you to make a phenomime and a 5-second animation that pairs sound with video. And you're going to be using Stop Motion Studio to do this. And I think that, what else am I going to go over in this video? We're going to go over settings and setting up your animation and recording your animation. We're going to talk a little bit about motion, and applying sound, and then finally exporting so you can hand in your project. So here I am setting up a shot. I'm in my little room and I'm looking at my iPad and my subject is my lamp. I wanted to make my lamp move because it's such a cool subject. It already has this articulation. So I opened Stop Motion Studio. I clicked on New Project and I think I'm going to add some photos. Like I want my lamp to start out not moving, just static. So I tap to take a picture a few times. And I'm also going to tap on the settings icon, which kind of looks like a gear. And I'm going to change my frame rate to 12 frames per second because 12 frames per second means that it looks smooth when it moves, but you don't do that much work. And so I'm going to have a second of animation, which means that I took 12 photos. And then I'm going to play with something that's called onion skins. And onion skins is the setting on the left, which is a little slider. And I'll be able to see what my last frame or my last photo looked like while I move to my current frame. So you can see like I moved the lamp a little bit. I took a photo and I can see exactly how far it moved. And the power of this is that you can kind of start to plan out your motion. So if you want something to go slow, it moves very little each frame. Or if you want it to go fast, it moves very quickly. Or if you want, like my lamp, it has so many different pieces connected to it to make it move in interesting ways. You can plan out a motion. And it took me about 20 minutes to do the animation that you're going to see in just a sec. And it's just because I was tweaking it. I was like playing with it. Something I really wanted to do was to turn on the lamp and have flowers come out. But nothing I used was working out. So I kind of scrapped it. I want you to keep speed in mind too. Things that move faster are actually going to move more every frame than things that are moving slower. And the movie magic of it too. You can replace objects and make them sound different if you really wanted to. And speaking of sound, once you have a lot of stuff recorded, you have your 5 seconds recorded maybe, you can start recording audio. And for this, I wanted to record something live. I clicked on that microphone in the app, and I'm using my cool ET statue to make this weird stone kind of sound, and I'm snapping my fingers each time I click the light. To export your piece, you're going to hit select up top in the right side, and then click on your thumbnail for your video. And then on the upper left, there's a little box with an arrow. You're going to click on that and to hit export. And that should put your movie in your gallery. And if you have any questions, ask Miss King or myself. And just the biggest thing to keep in mind, this is an experiment. You are an artist, and the only way that you're ever going to figure out the thing that you want to do is by trying out a bunch of stuff. And that's kind of what I did in my when I'm making all these videos. I was trying out a lot of stuff because I hadn't used it in a while, and it was really fun. So remember to pair your video, your animation with some kind of audio because it brings some life to it. And using that phenomime in anything that you do will make your animations more alive and interesting and fun to watch.